Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to learn about what makes a grade look good. I have another video on my channel where I already talk a bit about this, but today we're going to go watch together a bunch of videos. We got a commercial, two music videos, and the trailer for Blade Runner. And you're going to see what a colorist thinks of this type of content and how I view it. And I'm going to teach you how to recreate this for yourself, basically. So, why should you listen to me? You should listen to me because I'm Giuseppe. Wait, let me type. Whoa, sorry. I'm Giuseppe. I started off as a broke videographer years ago, hustling music videos for 50 bucks. I realized that my color grading was lacking, so I was very bad at it and realized that I actually wanted to increase my production value. So I started learning about color grading. Eventually, I realized that I loved grading and I liked grading more than I liked shooting videos, actually. So I was still a videographer at the time, but I realized that, hey, this grading thing is actually cool. Now, at the time, I didn't know that you could become what? A colorist. I didn't know this, didn't even know what that was, but eventually I learned that big budget productions, they usually hire colorists to color grade their footage. If you go look at any of these videos, these are of course big budget productions. If you go look at them, I don't know if it's going to be the case for this one, maybe not this one. Could be the case for this one. Oh yeah, colorist Nikki Jacobson. Yeah, this is the guy that did the color grading on this video. So there's basically a dedicated person, these big budget production, that just cares about how to color grade the footage. So when I found about that, I was pretty stoked and actually wanted to become one. And today, I'm very happy to say that I am, in fact, a remote colorist, which is a beautiful job, if you ask me. So I say all this because I want you to know that I'm credible. So you can listen to me, you're not wasting your time, okay? And I teach the way I do because I don't like what the YouTubers are teaching you. So you need to know like one basic concept if you're new to this channel. So the real chats that already watch my videos, they know what I'm about to say. But if you're new, you need to know this before we get started. There's basically two types of people. There's the preset pirate, and then there's the color king. So the preset pirate is what 95% of YouTubers are, and I'd say 99% of what the guys that try to learn color grading are. The preset pirate just is the guy. Oh shit! Let me get an arrow going. Is the guy that I don't know, downloads a lot. He adjusts his contrast and maybe he gets a tint going because he's been told that orange and teal is the shit and he should use it on every video. So like preset pirate, you want to see a classic preset pirate move. So you've got DaVinci, right? You've got DaVinci with your stuff right here. You've got like your curves right here. Look at this. Then you've got your color wheels. Am I right? This is lift. You've got gamma and you've got gain, right? You've got your video right here in the middle. What has he been told, the preset pirate? And I don't blame him that much because YouTubers themselves are preset pirates, bro. I mean, color grading on YouTube is very sad right now. Nobody's teaching you actual valuable stuff. So I'm right here to fix that. So what's a classic preset pirate move? I'll give you a second to answer because my the chats that actually watch my videos know what I'm about to say. I've already drawn it for yourself. What is he gonna do? He's gonna go grab the lifter. So you got your footage. Let's draw him. Lift. We make like a new node. You've got node. No, where on DaVinci? Yeah, sorry, man. So nodes on DaVinci are right here. You've got your node tree. Yeah, you've got like fucking 50 different nodes because you've been told that that's what makes your color grading good. You go to your lift. You pull it. Oh shit. You pull it towards this side, which is where the cyan lives. You get your gain, you push it towards that side, which is towards orange. And you get yourself a fucking orange and teal power of grading, and you're ready to post your little bullshit grade on Instagram with a log to grade conversion, basically, like not conversion, but comparison. And you feel happy about yourself because you pushed two knobs. Now, I'm going to ask you, if this is you, do you think that if color grading were this easy, if this was all the power of grading that people lead you to believe it is, do you think that people would hire people like me actually? What's the need for a remote colorist if you just need to do this? Do you think that these big budget productions like to spend money on Nikki Jacobson if, I don't know, Jenny Vartia, which is one of the editors, could have just done it? Do you think they like to waste money? No, they don't. I'm telling you, they don't. So a colorist does much, much more than that. And I'd say about close to 90% of what YouTubers teach you is actually harming you. Okay, today we're gonna break some very bad habits. Now, what does the Color King do? Now, the Color King understands that there's a fuck ton of different techniques. Like, have you ever watched like Da Vinci? Like, do you know how filled with shit this UI is? Like, it has a fuck ton of different stuff on it, man. It's just it could be like it can be so confusing for the average viewer. And the Color King understands that he may not know everything. Like, he may not have all the techniques that the preset pirate goes looking for, because the preset pirate just watches video after video after video after video about grading from these YouTubers that are preset pirates themselves, and he understands nothing. Like, he knows, like, maybe he gets something right. Like, he knows how to do this, he knows how to do that. He learns about, I don't know, some fancy trick. He learns about, let's say, signal flow. Okay, signal flow. He learns about well, relative contrast. He learns about some bullshit. Okay, but he doesn't know how to apply it, when to apply it, how to make his knowledge work for him instead of against him. Because what happens when you listen to these bullshit YouTubers that teach you about the power of grading, man? So cool in my little color suite, man. Fuck you, go fuck yourself. You and your color suite, man. Listen up. We're here on my MacBook talking about grading. Shut up. If you're actually good, you can color grade on my MacBook. Okay, trust me. Don't listen to these weirdos, man. Fucking color suites. Shut up. If your grade doesn't look good on a MacBook from the recent years, because MacBooks have got great screens, they're not professionally calibrated, but if it doesn't look good, you're doing a bad job. Anyways, so the Color King understands that it's not all about techniques. It's not all about that, because when you have so many techniques and you don't know you don't know why should you use them, and guess what? You don't know when. Let me type this out so it looks better. If you don't know, like, if you don't have your answers for these two questions, man, these techniques are actually working against you. Do you understand how much you're gonna second guess yourself if you go binge watching another one of those bullshit videos? Do you understand? Do you want to do yourself a favor? Are you an idiot? Can you turn your brain on for a second, please? Why would you go learning about some new fucking shiny technique? Are you a child? Honestly, are you a child? No. So the Color King, you wanna be like this guy. This guy's the real Chad. So the Color King, he knows that these techniques, yeah, they're cool. Like, you want to know them, but before that, like in the Bible, like, praise be to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, first of all. But do you know how in the Bible it says, build your foundation on a rock? And that rock is always going to be our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But if we're talking about color grading, what would this rock be? This is your strategy. Let's go. Finally, something useful. Do you want to be the guy that color grades his footage just like everybody else? Your grading is going to be like, bro, I can make a lot and sell it for $30 and just have it like lift and gain like this. And I'm going to call it like Orange and Teal Supreme Super Chad and make some money off of it. Or like, do you want to be hustled for $30? I don't know, man. Which one do you want to be? Or do you want to be a color king, man? Grade your own footage, have like different styles. You can grade whatever you want. You can do shit with your life, with your time. You can have cool looking images. I mean, which one do you want to be? So he learns about strategy, and then after he learns about strategy, he builds on top of it with actual fucking techniques, and techniques that work. He doesn't go about it like he doesn't go on a fucking side tangent looking for, I don't know, fucking node trees. Bro, I swear, you've watched a YouTube guy that just goes, like, builds a fucking node tree with 20 nodes, and he talks about fucking orange and he doesn't call it that. Maybe he doesn't, maybe he's smart. Maybe he knows that he will get shit on by guys that actually know what they're talking about, like me. Maybe he doesn't talk about it like that. Maybe he doesn't say it's orange and teal. Maybe he calls the node look development. Something smart, right? And but that's what he's doing anyways. And these motherfuckers always do the same thing, bro. So I mean, do you want to be lied to? Shut up, man. Shut up. So he doesn't go on a fucking side tangent about downloading node trees from fucking YouTubers, man. YouTubers. These people are YouTubers. Why do you listen to YouTubers? Listen to a, like, you should listen to me. I'm a colorist, bro. Okay, let's go ahead. Then he builds, and he gets his techniques going, and then he's happy ever after. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story. Why is this important? So I have a lot of videos on my channel. Should look them up because I talk about cool concepts. I want to tell you a story. I used to be exactly this guy, the preset pirate, and I didn't know about it, because when you actually learn how to color grade, you feel powerful because you feel like you can do whatever you want to your footage. But if you actually are like I was, like a videographer, you're used to shooting with your puny, with your A6400, which is what I had, maybe A6700, A66. I know a lot of Sony's, A7 III maybe. I got a student which has an A7 II, maybe an FX3, whatever, man. You have one of these basically mirrorless cameras. The most they can do is shoot 10-bit. Okay, FX3 might be able to do raw, whatever. Bullshit raw. It's not a cinema camera. It's still APS-C video camera. Okay, I mean FX3. It's not APS-C. Like none of these are APS-C, but still like mirrorless video cameras. Okay, they're not cinema cameras. Now you're used to shooting on these, right? Now listen. You never worked on real professional footage. I have. So listen. These are all, you want to know what they are? Trash. Trash. They're trash. When you work on these, you think they're the shit because every YouTuber keeps talking good about them, but they're actually shit. But not in the good sense, right? They're actually trash. So you're used to overgrading the fuck out of these bitches, and what happens is that you think you're making your trash into movies. You're actually turning your trash into, you want to know what? Shiny trash. It looks like a tiny bit better. Maybe it smells a little less, but it's not a movie. This is an illusion, okay? Because nobody taught you how to grade properly. You're just throwing different techniques at it, maybe a lot. Maybe if you really stink, maybe you use a lot, but you're not actually making a movie. You're making shiny trash. Like, nobody has ever told you this. First, because nobody, like, bro, you're a videographer. Who knows about color grading apart from me and you right now? Like, do you actually know a single person that can tell you, hey, this tonality of magenta that I can see in your shadows, you could have actually corrected that in the third node where you, oh, fuck you. Like, nobody is ever going to come to you and tell you, hey, your grades actually suck, because nobody knows better, bro. You're a videographer, but bro, you're making videos for like broke rappers and pizza places around your town. Like, chill. Nobody's ever gonna tell you, hey, your grades suck. Not because they don't, but because people like don't know. Like, I really don't care. I mean, no, you should care about your color grading because that's gonna get you paid way more. That was one of the ways I upped my production quality as a videographer before pivoting and becoming a remote colorist. But still, like, they don't know. Like, they feel it, if you're professional or not. Like color grading should make you feel professional, like you're working with a pro, but they're not gonna like go there with their eyes like on a fucking color suite like these weirdos on YouTube are doing, like just to be credible. And they're not gonna be okay, the magenta, like the skin tones are rich skin tones I like. No, they're not gonna go like that. Shut up. So that's why nobody told you that you're trash, but you actually are trash. And like 99% of your trash because you work on these. I don't blame you. Like I was like this. You are going to be trash until somebody like me comes along and tells you that you're trash and you actually start changing the way you grade, or up until you go like through all this bullshit route that I went through in 5 years and you actually start working on cinema cameras. Now, those are the shit. Let me tell you. Those really like those are the shit, but in a good sense. They're good shit. You know what I'm talking about? There's a big difference. Like you don't feel it until you feel it. You know what I mean? So now let's cut the bullshit. Let's go grade. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. So I had this big client. As I was used to making shiny trash look even shinier with my little A6400. When I got this big client, they wanted me to grade a commercial for a very big. It was an even bigger client. So they were like a production company, and they wanted me to grade, not to shoot, to grade this beautiful commercial, man. International campaign, like kind of like this, right? I am too embarrassed to tell you which one it was. Okay, I'll be honest with you because I did not perform. So I was still a videographer at that time that was used on working on this little bullshit setup. Used to making trash into shiny trash. Client wants me to grade for an even bigger client. They got this, so it's a big shot for them. It's an even, what do I call me? It's an even bigger shot for me. Okay, so imagine the pressure that I had on whatever. So they wanted me to grade the commercial, and I was used so much to making trash into shiny trash that you get used to like fixing bullshit mistakes. Like you don't know, you're a videographer, bro. Chances are you don't light your shots properly. Camera movement sucks. I mean, you're not at that level still, right? You're not a cinematographer. Chances are, even if you're a cinematographer, man, probably you still suck at grading anyways. So didn't know shit. I was used to making trash into shiny trash. Guess what? Actually, I'm gonna draw it here. Guess what this turns into? Like the byproduct of this. Actually, the arrow should be here because it's the byproduct of making trash into shiny trash. So this makes a byproduct, which is, guess what? Overgrading. Now when you overgrade, you're use first, like I was still a preset pirate, so I was still using like these shitty techniques, right? So when you overgrade, what happens is that you get to this big opportunity, and like it's shot properly. Like when you get to this level, when you get that shot, and you don't want to miss that shot. Let me tell you, as a videographer, colorist, whatever you do, you don't want to miss this. Like this is what you've been waiting for, man. Like the ticket to paradise. This is it. Now when you get to this level, if you have been going through this, you'll just destroy your chances like I did. I sent a grade. I graded. I won't go into details. I've talked about it in different videos, but I used the techniques that I knew without having a clear strategy. Sent a grade. It sucked. Totally overcooked, overgraded, because you think like you have to do so much. You're used to motherfuckers doing so much, bro. They talk and talk and they do so much fucking 50 notes, man. Let's make color grading simple but effective, and you can make that simple and effective if you've got a strategy, because everything is logically linked, so you know why everything works. That's why my approach works. That's why in the end I won and I became what I wanted to be. You understand that? So client hates me, and I destroyed that opportunity. It costs me 1 to 2 years in development, and actually it almost like spiraled down. I almost wanted to, what the fuck is that arrow? I almost wanted to quit grading, actually. This is true. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't become a colorist like in a shorter amount of time. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to avoid this in these videos. Today, we're going to talk about, I'm going to watch some videos with you so that you can pick my brain. You can see what I think of different things. I'm going to explain to you why people do the shit they do. Okay? Now, ooh, I draw way too much, man. All right. Let's watch the first thing. So this is going to be a commercial. Now, people like let me oh man, I need to talk about this. You're getting real value. People like to talk about the commercial look. There is no commercial look. Like they talk about the commercial look like it's a fucking like they talk about techniques in this sense. Like they tell you like there's only one way to do something like it's just false. There's no commercial look. Anyways, see how dramatic this shit is already? Let's watch it. Obviously with no volume. This is kind of orange and teal. This is a tint. Just so that you know, this is a tint. You can guess that it's a tint because this should. I'm guessing this should be neutral, but it's actually greenish. Yeah. So see, oh shit. See, like they have now it's got like a little montage. Like she's envisioning some weirdo shit. I don't know. Wait, these campaigns are so weird, man. Don't ask me. So see in production like they on the set they lit this yellowy and this do you see how blue this is? I'm guessing this might be 50-50 production design and color grading. This looks natural to me, so I'm guessing like the walls were really blue like they are right here. I might be wrong, this might actually be just color grading, but still you see that they have this complementary color scheme in the video. That's why you see the colorist applying a tint right here because this image, I'm telling you, like oh shit, this image looked so different. Like it looked so neutral compared to, let's say, to this, because this has colors baked in because you lit everything like in this way that they had to add a tint. Okay, so let's go to the drawing board. You've got an image which has like intrin. I don't know how to type this shit. Intrinsic. I hope this is right, man. English is not my first language, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But you've got intrinsic, basically colors, right? So, like in this, these colors are added in post. Know that. Like, no, have you ever seen a street look like this? No, you haven't. Okay, so they're added in post. Mm, yeah, do you see like the yellow lamps? Hold up, I want to get to the montage. We'll review the rest. Don't worry about it. Yeah, she comes right here, sees it. Uh. Yeah, weird fantasies. Ooh, wow, they're having sex. Sorry. I hope the algorithm doesn't punish me now. So yeah, whatever. Do you see like there's a lot of different colors like in the montage itself? So they have like intrinsic colors because on set they lit things that way. There's literally a yellow light, and they also have like elements that are colored that way. It's like saying like, look behind me. You see like the orange color? That's not color grading. It's literally just that. But let's say that now I'm in a different room and I want to get that color scheme in my different room, which is white, let's say, or has a different color. I can go with color grading and try to find a way to get that going for the other setup, right? So this is why they have this strong tint. This is a very strong tint. Now they are trying to preserve the skin tones. She's being lit by two sources right here. You can see that there's a warmer light right here and a colder light. It's coming from this angle, so I'm guessing it's a really big light right here. But I'm not a gaffer. Gaffer is the guy that actually does this shit. So don't take my word for it. But let's go ahead. Really strong contrast, by the way. Like the contrast is strong, but it's not crushed. And this is 50-50 the colorist like fault. Let's say it's not faulty, like this is actually looking good, but 50-50 because of the colorist, 50-50 because of its how it's shot, because everything is like the contrast. See how we can see the sofa and everything in the background, but like see this is not color grading, bro. Stop listening to these bullshit YouTubers. When you want to grade something like this, you gotta shoot it properly. There's like This is negative fill, it's called. You might have, see this shot? See how it's so short and like she basically just doesn't move? You can have a mask right here, and you can actually just uh, drag exposure down. You can do that. I have done it. Okay, you can. But most scenarios, this is like, you see how the light is literally shaped on her face because she is being lit. There's something off, like here, right here, and right here, like above her. She's being lit by two different sources, and nothing is lighting this side of her face. So that's why she's so dark here. And there's probably also negative fill. Negative fill, like, is literally like a black sheet of cloth, let's say, black. You get it? Like, do you see the shadow that this is created? It's not literally the same thing, but it's actually like making it darker. So they have this on the actress. That's why she looks like that. Like the actual color grading, yeah. I mean, um, yeah, you got nice contrast. Colors are all dense and full, but there's not actually that much. Do you see why I talk about the danger of overgrading? If an idiot like the ones you listen to on YouTube actually graded this shit, they would have just gone tint like I showed you, and they would have actually ruined it. And you can guess that it's not a. Why do I know that it's not a tint? Because there's so much color variation. Look at this. Like when you look at an image like this, if it was a tint, listen to a real colorist. If it was a tint, you would have had such strong color compression. Color compression is when you apply, let's say, your bullshit tint, like the one we have here, right? Your bullshit setup. And when you apply this, everything becomes either one or the other color, right? Because that's where you're injecting the image. And when you do that, um, everything becomes, yeah, essentially one or the other. And because of that reason, we can see that it's not the case, because this, do you see how this is more neutral than this? Because this is being lit, as I told you before, by different lighting sources. Might even be more than two, actually. I might be wrong. I don't know, man. I don't know this shit. I'm a colorist. But you can just see, like, look at an image and understand what's going on. Same thing here. This is 90% lighting setup, because like as a colorist, like your job is when to like you need to know when to stop. Okay, stop overthinking. She's back here. Like, do you see how there are these accents? Do you want to know why they do that? This should be color grading. This should be, I don't think this was a cyan lighting on their part, but it might be, because people actually do this shit 50-50. I'm torn apart between the possibility of it being grading and of it not being grading. I'm guessing it is grading, but because I see some cyan right here and right here, like, do you see how they get green? They do not stay warm. Like, if it was here, it would have been darker but not green. Why green? Because there's a slight tint just in the shadows, right? So they have this because, like, do you see, this is neutral. Like, if you remove this, like the tint in the shadows and whatever, this is actually a fairly neutral image. Of course, it looks proper, exposure, contrast, like they all did their job properly, but there's not a strong tint. They just have a few accents. They have accents because through the video, you see, you have the same color scheme. This might actually be a blue cyan lighting, by the way. They have both a tint and blue light on the actress's face. Or it could just be a tint, actually. Whatever. Could be both or could be a tint. Tint, 100%. This is 100% tinted, and they try to protect the yellow right here. They got the yellow right, kind of right. I don't actually like this. I don't know why you would go like that, but whatever. So let's go ahead. Again, like, this is a beautifully lit scene. Okay, this is not achieved by you crushing contrast. You need to listen. Contrast is beautiful in this scene. Rich colors, that's what the colorist did. Of course, this is also like this is the stylist job. I mean, these people are dressed like this. The light is coming right here. Look at how it falls off the sofa, yeah, or wherever you call this, and it's all natural. I mean, it's a bit weird that he's lit right here. This might be a power window, but I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. See, like this is the lighting. Do you see that? And they have this golden yellow. I mean, this is more golden, but they have this yellow hue in all the video. This is what they're going for. See this again? If you go look at the beginning, you see the same color scheme. I mean, it doesn't have to be like 100% precise, just has to be that mood actually. So you see, it's both the way it's lit and the way it's graded. That's why I say be careful. Don't listen to these bullshit tutorials. You need to know how to think. You need to know like your strategy. You're gonna do way more than you need to be doing, man. Grading is way simpler than these bullshit YouTubers make out to be, man. They're wasting your time. Listen to me. There might be a warm tint applied here. I'm not too sure though, because everything is looking a little too similar in tonality. Do you see that? But it also might be the way it's shot. Contrast is working the way it's supposed to work. I mean, there's good contrast. Now, this, you might look at this and say, whoa, now this is looking good. You know why? Let's go on a side tangent real quick. This looks good because we have color separation. So when you have color separation, like it appeals to the eye. That's why we like contrasted images more than we like non-contrasted images. And you can have like separation both in contrast and in color. Like you can have literally a strong cold color against a warmer one. Okay. Now this works because it's lit like this. Like the colorist didn't just invent this out of nowhere. You can do that. I have done it, but I'm guessing this was lit differently. See, they have this light. Do you see that? I called it out for you, man. Listen, listen to. Do you see that I can literally see this shit before it happens? Listen to me. So they have this blue light in the background. Probably colorists just went ahead and pumped it up even more in the grade. That's why you hire a colorist, because you want to support what you already did. Because you need to realize, man, let's go back to this. So color grading, fuck all these rules, man. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Color grading is actually way simpler than they make it out to be. And it's not actually this set of rules, like this box that you have to stay in and you can't break outside of it. Color grading is actually an art, and we're all just artists, man. So I want to let you think about it. Grading is an art. Okay, you can decide how you grade. You can decide yourself. You can decide for yourself if this should have stayed like this. Now, their choice is to have it like this because it supports their narrative, like their color scheme, right? So it's coherent with the rest of the video. It would have been weird if it changed all of a sudden. Okay, now color grading doesn't just exist by itself. Like you are color grading something. You can't just color grade this white sheet of paper, man. You're just grading like you're using like colors to like draw like a child. I mean, that's not color grading. You can't grade a white nothing, you know? So you're grading footage that was previously shot, and your grading needs to support the vision. That's what color grading is all about. So don't see these bullshit people that I don't want to hate on people, man. I'm sorry. I'm being way too aggressive. But don't look at these bullshit tutorials that just tell you like this is the power of grading. It's not that. The power of grading is in supporting what was already done. Do you understand that? Now, when you get to this level, you need to know like it's actually so backwards. Some guy like you might actually look at this and say, "Oh shit, yeah, I can totally do that because I push my tint that way, my tint that way, and I get like the warm right here, and then I get this." No, there's a tint. I'll give you that. I think there's a tint right here. You see that? The fall off. The fact that it's looking green tells me there might be a slight tint yet. But it's not all that. Like it's not like this because of a tint. It's not the only thing that's going on. I'll say to you, grading is so backwards that actually the guy like me that will do less than what you think needs to be done is actually going to get the compliments and it's going to get praised because of their great eye for atmosphere. Because the real colorist knows, like, all right, I need to show you how I grade, man. Like, real colorists, we know how to really grade. We know that it's little touches, man. You need don't view yourself like colorists, artists, yeah, but also like don't see yourself as a fucking what? Don't see yourself as the Mike Tyson of video production. You're not that guy. That's not the colorist's job. You're not Mike. You're not just hammering with your look at this change, look at this tint, man. No, no, no. It's not that. You're not doing that. What you're doing, see yourself more as guess what? Guess what? More like a brain surgeon. You're a brain surgeon. You're like there. And you're like, okay, can we change this real quick? It feels different. Like you're a real colorist when you don't just think about like what I see. It's about what I feel. I'm gonna tell you a trick. A trick. Sorry, man. My Italian sometimes it sips through my English. So I'll tell you a trick. So before I used to be a colorist, I was a videographer, right? And before that, I wanted to get music videos done for me because I used to make music, and this microphone is the one I actually used to record my music. My parents couldn't afford to pay for studio sessions when I was younger. I didn't have a job. I was 16. So I got myself a little home studio together. I learned how to mix and master my shit, and that's how I learned how to make music, basically. Now, I got very, very good at it. And I applied a lot of things from audio production to video production. That's why like I learned it pretty fast once I actually started to understand it. Now, in audio production you learn, and DJs especially, they know this very well, that sometimes instead of making something louder, you want to make everything else quieter. So I have this in another guide. Go watch it if you're interested. Like if this picture interest, I have a guide where I grade real quick, like a simple note tree that everybody can follow through. It's called the Honest Color Grading Guide for Videographers. No money, no problem. Go look it up on my channel. So I'm gonna explain the concept, then you can go watch it if you want. So in audio production, you basically let me get this straight. So instead of making something louder, you make everything else quieter, and you didn't like factually make it louder, but the brain perceives it to be like that because we don't have like our senses are not. You may think that they are absolute, like we see and we hear in an absolute way. We don't we are all like, it's all relative, man. The way you see color, the way you hear things, it's all relative. The volume, the hue of something. Have you ever closed your eyes when it's summer, sunny day, bright sun, close your eyes, and when you open them again, it's all blue. It's all blue because your eyes, like they you see orange when you close your eyelids, and when you close your eyelids it gets orange, like your brain white balance changes and you see everything blue, right? It doesn't work. It's not really white balance. There's a reason why the eye works like that. I'm not going to explain that in this video. There's another reason, but like this is bro science, right? I want to make you understand. So it's all relative. So you've got to understand that you're not a fucking Mike Tyson that just goes, you don't need to be doing all this shit, man. I'm right here to teach you. I got a paid program, by the way. If you like this type of content, if you actually want to be the guy that does shit like this, you need to listen to me instead of these guys. So first link in the description might already be live by the time you're watching this video. I don't know. It's not ready yet. Should be. Go watch it. Like if there's nothing in the description, just subscribe because it's getting ready soon. Basically, you don't want to be the Mike Tyson of color grading, man. That's bullshit. Nobody wants you. Everybody's going to dislike you because what you're actually doing when you think like that, you are actually, guess what? Disrespecting footage. Like, bro, do you realize that there's all this crew that worked on this video as well? Just because they're not tagged doesn't mean that they didn't work on it. Like this crew worked on the video, and you come right there like a weirdo and you want to change everything because you think that you need to do your little tint and your little bullshit. No, no, no. It's already looking good. They just want you, because you're the expert, they just want you to enhance it. And you need to be as precise as a brain surgeon. That's what grading is about, bro. Do you not understand the value I'm giving to you? Like, this is a, bro, I should be fucking, I don't know, university professor, man, something. Do you not understand this? This is what's gonna skyrocket your grading, because if you understand this, you can actually stop bullshitting yourself into believing you're good. You can understand that you're trash right now and that you need to listen to me. So, about the concept of relative and absolute. A lot of times, if you want to make something like look, not look, if you want to make it feel, it's about what you feel. The DJs, right? Let's say you're partying, okay? And there's the music and there's a drop. You know why it's called a drop? One of the reasons it's called a drop, it's because it goes like this. The music, bum 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 bum, and it goes like this. I'm gonna do it in my mouth real quick. Bum 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 bum. Do you see the stop right here? Bum 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 bum. Quiet, quiet. Now it's quiet. And now when it comes back in, maybe a little like louder than it was before, because this is wrong actually. Like it doesn't do this. Hold up. It does this. This is what it's the vol. They literally, bro. I'm telling you, I used to be an audio engineer. You literally have, it's called an automation. Like the volume goes down and like 1 decibel every whatever. Then you have like the DJs, they really just stop it, and then boom, 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 and it goes like this, right? If you actually ever went to a DJ set, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Same thing applies to color. So when you want to make something look, I don't know, brighter than what it is without actually having it explode out of the fucking screen, or you want to saturate the fuck out of something, instead of saturating that something, you desaturate everything else, okay? That's why it's all relative and whatever, man. So much value in this video. Let's go ahead. So yeah, they have this thing. I don't want to watch this anymore because it's getting pretty weird. But they have this. Colors are very rich. So the colorist's job in this particular video was this. Similar to so the approach was similar to this grade. Hold on, let me grab it for you. Let me grab it real quick. Wait, how do I grab this? I need to. Sorry, man. I'll be very quick. So here you go. So for that video, they did something similar to what I did for this one. This is from a narrative project that I worked on. It's called Where We Left Off. So in this particular shot, needs to look like sunset, but didn't look like this at all. Like if you see the original one, I'm gonna get to you like the Rec 709 of this. The Rec 709 of this looked like this. You're gonna see it in a moment. Okay, this is the Rec 709. I've already showed you this in a few other videos. So they actually had a similar approach to this as I did. This is not, okay, don't get me wrong. Like you need to be a brain surgeon, but you still need to be good. Doesn't mean that you can just go here, crank your contrast and saturation, and because everybody did their job, it's all gonna fall in place. It happens like 1% of the time, okay, where you really have an easy job and it's also looking fucking good, okay? You still need to do your job, because things in reality never look this way, even if you light them properly and all this shit. So what they did, you need to go in and individually work on each color every time, every clip. You work on each thing, especially if it's a commercial like this. This is a Gucci Aria advertising campaign, whatever. Usually the approach is this. So he worked on the skin tones, made them proper. Like, do you see how rich they are? Like they're not exploding out of the screen, but they look nice. They're clean. Of course, there's all like lit properly, makeup, whatever. But still, the colorist needs to play his part. So yeah, you are a brain surgeon, but that doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. It means that you're precise. You're not the Mike Tyson. You're not just swinging it, but you're precise, man. You need to know what you're doing. Okay, I'm not saying that it's a lazy man's job. This is not what I'm saying. Tell me if this is a lazy man job. I mean, if I threw this your way, you would apply your shitty tint and you go cry in a corner. Okay, it's not a lazy man's job, but Still, don't need to be the Mike Tyson of the situation. Like this is 50% the way it's shot and the way like set design, what they're wearing. Of course, you can't. If you wanted to turn this shirt into this, I mean, good luck, man. That's more VFX than it is color grading. So shut up. Don't listen to the YouTube gurus. Okay, let's stop watching this shit. Now, Billie Eilish, happier than ever, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna see another approach to color grading. Like the one we just watched, very rich, feeling like not rich in the sense that they're rich, but like rich colors, like they were deep, dense. This one is going to be different. Now, I want you to focus. We're gonna do a poll. This is a I know the name in Italian. I don't know what you call this in English, but this is a long ass sequence basically without cuts. Now, I'm going to ask you, do you think this was the colorist's job or do you think that they did this on set? Like, do you think this is the original color or do you think that this was done in post? Take your time. Original color. Sorry, man, I had to tell you. This is what it was originally like, or I'm guessing this is the way it's lit. Now, you can do this in post. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's not impossible. I'm betting 90% probability it's original how it's shot. The only thing that it's making me doubt my decision is this right here. I don't understand why there's such a transition, but I need to see again where the light is coming from. But just from this frame, apart from this, I'll just say this was originally like this. If it wasn't, and they managed to fool me, it's because the colorist did a very, very, very good job and it's very believable. But anyway, doesn't need to be the colorist like 100% doing that in Da Vinci. Also, I'm guessing it is not like, why do I not think that it's just a tint? I think there's a tint applied. There might be a tint applied. You see this because the white is not like, do you see the white wall behind me? This is white right now. This, I can tell you for sure it's a white wall. Do you see this? It's, if I, do you see it's a different hue? So there's a tint applied to this footage because white doesn't look like that. So it's not like proper white. So there's a tint, it's tinted, we know that. But still, this is all set design. Like, don't think that you can just come to my house and get this from these walls. You can't. This is set design. You have these lamps, these everything, this. Okay, you get the point. So where I think they actually have a tint going in this example, contrast is very soft here. You see, like, you don't need to max out your scopes, bro. You don't need to fucking have huge contrast going. You can have a very soft contrast because if you listen to the song, it's very, very soft spoken, especially in the beginning. It's very pleasant, comfortable. It needs to be this like fairy tale thing. You need, this is all stereotypical. You get the point, right? So you have this, even like the highlights. Do you see how they're pleasant? Like they're not punching out of the screen. This is very, very soft. Do you see like the shadows? This is getting really dark, but still they are lifted. Do you see? It's not like a proper white. If you see, like, watch my microphone. Do you see how dark this is compared to this? That's because the contrast is very gentle in this clip, which I love. Like, I love that they went with this strategy. Do you see why the strategy is so important? Because it's not just one technique, man. You can't be a fucking one-dimensional colorist. It's not how it works. So let's watch it. There's definitely a tint. There's a tint. It's all done so well. I love it. I really love this grade. See how the skin tone, like for the nerds out there that stress over skin tones, watch it. Like, do you see how it's getting magenta here? It's skewing towards red. Don't need to worry about it all of the time, because skin tones, like, they change. Like, nobody has like the same skin tone. They just need to be coherent with the light that you're using. Like, if we went to the Gucci campaign bullshit, weirdo pedophile type shit before, like, they had they had very different skin tones. because they were lit differently. So it's justified in your brain that the skin looks different. Right here, it is justified that it can look a little red because look at the way everything is lit and everything is looking. Do you see how this is like one of the darkest parts of the image? Still, not completely as dark as my microphone, and you can still see detail. Right here, you're also losing detail. So this is a technique which I call shadow compression. I have it in the Honest Color Grading Guide. You basically go down on your lift on DaVinci, like if you want a practical way to do this for yourself, down on your lift, then you go to the log wheels and you go up on the shadows, and you basically bring things down because this got dark. You lost detail here because I can't see like the wrinkles on the shirt, so we can say that we kind of lost detail, right? Everything gets dark, then you compress it and it looks kind of bright, that it doesn't look crushed, but still it's still dark, right? This is kind of like shadow compression, not because the colorist decided to do it, but because there's light coming in to the lens, like through the lens, and the flare is raising the black point, which is kind of what you do in DaVinci with the process that I just told you about. So this can also happen for other reasons. It looks beautiful, man. It's very cohesive. I love it. Everything is where it should be. I love, like, there's not a single color like this. In reality, could have been. We don't know because the colorist did such a great job. This could have been way like a harsher color. This could have been a way stronger green. Actually, I don't think it was because of the way it changed. Like, you see how warmer it is here. Could be whatever. This could have been such a stronger color. I guess it wasn't. I think they didn't leave this to the colorist. This was already like a proper color that had to do with the palette. But I mean, this is controlled. This is not popping out of the screen because it shouldn't, man. Like, do you see the atmosphere? Nothing should be fighting for the space. No color should be like overpowering the rest. You have a few things like the text on her shirt. Uh, it's a little more dense than everything else, but really it's not disturbing that much. Let's watch it. I personally dislike this. Do you see like the flare? When you have flare like this on your lens, it always gives you like this cyan thing. I hate it when it happens. I prefer the blue gradient that gets around here. I guess they're also using a hue, like not a hue, a tint, a very slight tint. Maybe they're pushing some blue or magenta in the shadows, but it's very gentle. I noticed that in the video because you have like it becomes a little reddish when it's underexposed, basically in the shadows. It becomes a little reddish, and it's leading me to believe that they may have a very 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 gentle tint going on. But do you see how it all works beautifully? Like, you don't need to do like I've told you, you don't need to be the Mike Tyson. Sorry, man. You don't need to be the Mike Tyson right here, man, that disrespects the footage. Like, imagine just wanting to get orange and teal after they show you this. Like, why? Why would you ruin and disrespect all this beautiful production work that they already did, right? So if you're a videographer, you want to like shoot things properly. You want to plan for the grade. Like, you know how you plan for the shoot? You want to shoot for the grade. That's it. Oh, that's a beautiful concept, man. Actually, I need to type this down. You need to plan for the shoot. You know this, and you need to shoot for the grade, and you need to grade for the story. Now, in action, like grading for the story in a case like this, when you see somebody talk about the story like me right now, grading for the story is referring to the way this scene should make me feel. Okay, it should be coherent with the rest of the video. It gets darker. We're going to see that right now. So that's what it means. Like, how should it make me feel? What's the vibe? And it's all cohesive. Like, color grading, it's an art, sure, but it needs to. It's like you want to play soccer by yourself. Like, who are you? Okay, it's a team sport, right? This starts happening. Do you see this? So do you see how when the light turns off, it doesn't get, the grade is changing, by the way. In this scene, the grade changed. Do you see? Look at the heavier contrast. The palette is shifting. Do you see? It's getting colder. This is, I'd say, both production and post production. And we get this big blue. It's kind of overpowering right now. Like, do you see how strong it is? We introduce this color, this coldness, and now it's all underexposed. She's underwater. Blue tint. This is a blue tint. This is a heavy blue tint. You can see that because we know that. This I can tell you, it's not. Okay, how to tell if it's a tint? So you can tell that this is a tint because we just saw these light lamps. Like, we know that when there's light in this room, like these lamps, not this one, we saw, like, we know that they produce kind of this color, right? We know that there's a tint here as well, so they're not as warm probably, but we can guess that they should look like the light that they produce looks like this, right? When we come here, we see the same things underwater. You see them turning on and off, and we know that this should produce much more light because we just saw it, but it doesn't because there's actually a tint. There's a blue tint applied to all the footage because water doesn't automatically look like this. So she's lit by, I'd say, neutral lighting right now. They might have gone with neutral lighting and then a tint in post. So this is one of the examples where you might actually want a tint. So do you see, like, let's go back to what I was teaching you before. Like, do you see how we need to not have, you don't want to rely on a single technique to think that you're actually good at color grading, because if you do that, you're actually just gonna you're too one dimensional, and you're just gonna work against yourself. Basically, I told you the story how it's gonna go, and it's be the same for you. It'll be the same for you. So you want to be the color king that has a rock foundation. He knows his strategy, and then he uses different techniques based on what he wants to achieve. Do you, bro? Go check the description. Go look for my paid program. Do you understand the value I'm giving to you right now? I don't know, man. Like, do you want to waste your time? So I'd say this is a tint. And right now we have desaturated, heavier contrast. Not not necessarily heavier contrast. It's underexposed compared to before. Desaturated, like, see the skin. She could be this color, no problem. You can make her that. Do you see? Like, this is almost like this. So what they, oh shit, what they did, like how to recreate this, it's basically this. So you have your node tree. I'm going to teach you right now. You have your nodes, whatever, right? And you have exposure, you have contrast, you have maybe saturation, right? So in my typical node tree, I go like this. So I have signal is coming. Go watch my, if you don't understand this, go watch, like, keep watching this because it's going to be educational, but go watch my honest color grading guide. You're going to see this in action, okay? It's going to be way simpler. If you've never seen this, you need to watch that. You're not going to understand the node structure. It's going to look complicated, but it's not complex, bro. It's really simple. But you just got to see it in action first before you hear about it. But still, you have the signal coming. Usually it can come from the contrast. In the video I have it come from the contrast. Actually you need to have it come before, but in the video I wanted to keep it simple. So you have the signal flow coming from the beginning or your white balance, okay? This is your saturation node. Let me type it out so it looks proper. Sat, contrast, exposure, right? What you want, like what I usually do is have HSL, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm going to work on individual colors in this node. So let's say I want to make, there's something blue here, like in the Gucci one, okay? I want to make that pop more. It's a fancy way of saying this is where I'll handle individual colors, okay? That's the HSL. It's just an abbreviation. I use it like that because I know what I'm doing. Like I know when I say HSL, okay, I know what I did in this node, right? It's just the way I say it for myself because I know, I remember at a glance, I can already like understand what I did, right? But you can name it whatever the fuck you want. You can name it I like to grade individual colors, and it's gonna be totally fine. Then you can have a parallel one, call it tint, and that's where you get your tint going. So this is essentially what happened here. They are tinting the highlights right here. You see how the black looks proper. I mean, I'll tell you, like, if you have it against my microphone, you can see that there's a slight blue tint, but still, like where we see most of it is in the midtones. Highlights are looking neutral, but I'll say that they tinted the highlights and then balanced, like they tinted the highlights. This in turn gave him still like some mid-tone effect, and then they balanced the highlights. You can also do this in the gamma, but gamma is probably going to leave you with more problems in the shadows. So different ways to go about it. It's not what's important. You can get this through different workflows. What's important is that they had a tint and they desaturated everything else. Okay, so you see how the skin looks. Like right here, we still have some color, but when we see her from this shot, she's losing color. This might be deliberate, or they might just, yeah, it's okay. We have some saturation still. The way you do this, where she was like this before, now she's like this. See, now she has some color again. Yeah, yeah. They probably left it like that. They did not deliberately give some clip more color and some clip less color. It was just probability. So the way you do this, you have your sat. You have you basically want to desaturate everything before, like this is the node structure. Then you get HSL if you want to desat. If there's a particular color, let's say you desaturate everything in this, like what you're watching now, like this camera, right? My skin is gonna get black and white basically before the thing that I have behind me. So that's, since it's such a stronger color, that's gonna stay like it is. So you desaturate everything with the sat node, where you go like general saturation, right? Then in your HSL, like in parallel, that's why you do things in parallel, so that you do the like kind of the same thing in two nodes, but still at the same time. That's why you go parallel. Go watch my honest color grading guide. Go watch it. Or if you just want to learn more, go get the paid program. It might be already in the description. Anyways, so go, you desaturate everything. Then with the HSL, you basically handle this. And with the tint, you wanna um, you want to go and get the blue tint basically. What you could do is, so how do you get this going? It looks like this. You have your desat, actually it's called saturation, but you're actually desaturating everything. You go like this and they all get mixed right here in your layer mixer, which is done for you. Okay, if you're a newbie, hey bro, don't get scared, man. Don't get scared. I'm on your side. I'm not saying this to overcomplicate shit. This is actually very simple. I can do this in 5 minutes. I'm I promise you can do this in five. You can do this in 5 minutes. It's not as hard as it seems, man. Anyways, so you get a layer mixer, and what was I saying? You get a layer mixer, and the tint that you applied gets applied after you desaturated everything, plus the targeted desaturation. What happens is this: if you have a tint, I have an example about this, bro. Go watch the honest color grading guide. I have an example where I turn everything black and white, then give it a tint, and the opposite. If you get the tint before the black and white, so if the tint, instead of coming after the desat, this is a strong desaturation, this is just targeted, right? If the tint comes before, like if it came here, like in a serial node, like if you just went like this, desat would have just desaturated everything, right? So the correct way to go about it is desat, because it's, see, there's no actual color here. Do you see like the red on her shirt? Do you remember, like, hey, this is a telltale sign. Do you remember the red on her shirt, which I commented on? I left a comment before, like I told you, like, this could be a little less strong, whatever, man. It's looking fine. Yeah, do you remember? Look at how this looks. Look at how it looks now because they desaturated everything. Bro, this is illegal, man. You're stealing from me. I'm giving you way too much value, bro. I'm giving you way too much value. Let's go ahead. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, okay, we're done with this one. So let's watch this one. Again, very different style. Looks beautiful, man. I love this video. So they have they got different filmic vibes from this. Like, okay, he's lit properly, set design, proper outfit, red, like in the Gucci one. This red is at its maximum. This is how strong as you can get with a red. Like the red color in particular can't get like you need to be careful with it. I'm gonna have tutorials in it, or if you want to learn more, again, paid program. But they have really strong contrast. Of course, he's lit properly, but see like how much it changes from his eye to like his cheek. Do you see that? Like his eye doesn't need to be that dark. Like look at this. So this is also a very strong contrast. Like you've got strong contrast here. You can see there's things, there are shadows that wouldn't be like, if you look at me, like if I have like this is lit, this shadow, right? I have light coming from this way, but still wouldn't be as strong as this. Like this is a very high contrast and it's very saturated. They also have a graying going on. They're going for this 80s vintage vibe because that's his vibe, right? And it gets red because they have red. So still same look DNA. This is all right. I'll teach you. So strong tint. These lights are the way they are. Like they're really warm, I'm guessing, because this doesn't look like this. So they are still like warmer than usual. But I guess there's a tint just by looking at this street. It doesn't look neutral at all to me. Blacks are proper. Like they were careful with it. So I'm guessing this might be a tint. He's lit properly, but contrast ratio is huge. This is both done in production, like the way they lit the subject, and color grading. So as you see, you're a team player, right? You need to, as I told you, let's go back to it. Get this in your mind. Plan for the shoot, shoot for the grade, and grade for the story. That's how you go about it. Some of you might be wondering, is this post production or is this production? Like, did they do this? Take a guess. Let's watch it. I'm guessing tint. 200% tint. You don't have something looking like this. Do you see how they find like different ways of including like the red color in what they're shooting? You see how like he was lit. Like look at this shot. He's literally lit with a red light. We see it. And there's a warm tint probably. Like this might be a tint right here. Might also be a light. That might be both actually. But if you are not lighting that in a warm way, you can still like get it with a tint. Do you see the red accent? Like they planned the shoot and they shot for the grade. You see that? Now this they 100% have a tint in the car shot. Let's play it. Okay. Do you see how green and warm it is right here? So I'm guessing there's a slight tint, but it's more about manipulating what was already there. So the yellows, the reds, they're really strong. They weren't as strong in the original footage, and they make them pop. These lights on the car, they're real. Having that, like this level of, bro, you can it would be like more VFX than color grading again. So that's real. Don't think that you're just gonna go around like with your little power window and just mask the fucking lights on the car to make them look red. No, like that would be such a horrible thing to do. I again shoot for the gray. They already had that in place, and now the colorist just needs to enhance that. Like this color right here could be a tint, could be not. Like could be something else. Like if you see the fall off right here, it's not looking green. Like I don't see green injected in that part of his face, so I'm guessing the shadows weren't tinted like this. And also you see that there's like the green tint is also on the glasses, but it's not here. So what I'm guessing is that they had like a maybe a warm tonality, maybe some yellow right here, and the colors just manipulated that yellow. So the way you do that is in the where is it, inner HSL. Okay, that's what the HSL is for. Might also be a tint. I might actually be wrong. Might be, you see, like there's so many elements. Might be lighting, tint, HSL. Like they're all. It's not just one. It's not like, oh, he used that, so he didn't use anything else. No, 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 no. It's more than just one thing. Yeah, like look at the green here. I'm guessing they're manipulating what is already in the camera. This green, this is a lit. This is a light. This tint, 100%. You have these warm lights, but the fact that we have this shift in hue, like it gets the green, this is a tint because they need to maintain the same tone and atmosphere. So they try to find ways to inject the same colors even when there's none. So do you see how they use different techniques? Let's go back to the analogy like in the beginning. So about the preset pirate, right? You're a preset pirate right now because you just know one technique and you think that's the shit. No, you need to be a color king. Strategy, then you use different techniques to achieve the look throughout whatever you're shooting. This will make you who you want to become. This will make you the guy that actually grades his footage and they look professional because of this. Okay? Like they didn't just get fucking this could fall under the category of orange and teal, by the way, but they didn't just get a tint applied to all their footage. This red is a little too much for my taste. I would have not gotten it to look this bright, but let's go ahead. Mm, mm. You've got me. Mm, mm, tint. Might be a tint. Probably a mix of tint, warm light here, because it's getting canceled out right here. I don't know why these. Maybe he's just protecting his blacks. I don't know. Yeah, tint. 100% tint. You can see that the sky doesn't look like that naturally. Maybe it was more towards blue. Maybe it was just past like blue hour and it looked blue. They messed with the again in the HSL. They went, oh shit. They went to their HSL and they just attacked the blue whatever, and they turned it to green. They could have done that. So it could be like way they under. So what they could have done is slight tint, like the sun has just set, which might actually be it because of this light that's in the frame. So it's still blue, like the sky is blue. Crush your shadows to get that strong contrast, and you bring your lights way above what they should be to get like this night feeling, like the city lights in the night, to get that feeling. Then since you still have a blue sky, you need to do something about it. You can't make it dark because this also might just be like pollution in a tint. So you see how there's different ways to go about it depending on what the actual footage was. But a way that you could do this, if this was actually blue hour, desat desat your sky and turn it to green. So what's left of your sky, it's gonna be like slightly blue. You make it green. Okay. Let's go faster. So right here, when there's the girl, might have. I'd say this is all lit this way. Of course, I mean when I'm saying it's lit this way, doesn't mean that the colors did nothing. I'm saying that he didn't change any like particular thing of the footage. Like it looks that way already. He just enhanced it, right? Mm. One of the things that I'm noticing in a shot like this, he might have some selective desaturation going on, which is a very interesting technique that I always do in my grades. I'm gonna like this is one of the things I talk about in the paid program. Makes your footage look way cleaner than what it is. This might actually be lit this way. I mean, this is pretty convincing with the red and the green. Let's see. This is all lit this way. This, I'm guessing it's a tint. I mean, they're manipulating something that was there, because if it were a tint, you would see it right here. There's still a tint because it looks this way. Like, it's not neutral. Like, you can see this is proper white, and this is not. This is not neutral. This is not proper gray. So there's still a tint applied to it. But do you see this? I'm guessing either tint, or as you can see, do you see like the green leaves? Like the colorist again, he went to his HSL, and where things looked green, he enhanced them, and where things looked kind of yellow, maybe he turned them more towards green, or as you can see here, he turned them more towards the orange, an orange hue, because he probably targeted the skin tone. And like these lights, they're close to the skin, they probably ended up looking kind of like the skin, like they have the same hue. This is beautifully shot. Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm guessing it's both a tint and light. I'm guessing it's both. I mean, practically, this could be fooling me. Practically might also be qualified. You can also qualify this and just tint it. Yeah, tint 100%. You've got a tint going, but it's also lit very intentionally. We have seen that they have lit things intentionally in this video, so it's very tricky for that reason. But do you see, like, I'm not even too sure about the way it was shot, because there's so many ways you can go about the same thing. But the true power of color grading is knowing, like, you have the strategy, like, you want to make your video look like this, and like, when you learn from a guy like me, you learn how to actually make it happen in a bunch of different ways, because all these shots, they're very different. Like, if you want to shoot something like this, you need to know that you can make the same thing happen in different ways. Like, it's not just orange and teal with a tint like they show you on YouTube. Like, look at this. It's literally, sorry man, it's literally a light below him, and it's of this color. Yeah, maybe it was more towards blue. I don't know. Maybe they manipulated that with their HSL, the colorist, with the HSL in post, because they decided that they wanted it more towards green, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it was greener and they decided to go more towards the teal. You get the point. He's lit this way. Tint, tint, 200% tint. I'm still split. No, I'm guessing it's a tint. It's a tint. Lit this way. Like when she, do you see? Like we see her skin. That's because there's a light that's coming onto the actress. So she's lit with the red, and probably the colorist enhanced that. Light comes. You see, we can. Okay, this could have been a power window. I'm gonna explain to you how to see that. You'll see there should be a shadow right here. Let's see. Yeah, do you see how only she gets like this? There's probably a light like lighting her from above, like from this angle coming towards her. We can't see the shadow because one, the light is very big and soft. No, it's not very big and soft because it wouldn't show like this. She's far away from the background, by the way, so the shadow is falling below her instead of back. If she was like attached to the background, you'd see the shadow behind her. But this is shot very, very carefully, actually. So she looks like she's close to the background. She's not. But I'm not. This isn't my job. I'm just a colorist, bro. So I might be wrong about that. It's shot this way. It was lit that way. Do you see it now? You see the light. You see it's coming from above. Like, this is a different setup. This is not the same setup. as before as that scene, but still, this is how they lit the shot, and you see how far away she is from everything else. That's why only she got lit. Oh fuck yeah, man! I'm bro. I'm telling you, I know this shit. You see, I told you light was coming from that way. You should listen to me, man. Go get the paid bro. You know I talk facts. Go get the paid program. Yeah, all right. We know how this thing looks. Now we have Blade Runner. Beautiful. I mean, we all watched this movie, right? So this is I love the way this movie looks, and this will be a great example of fuck your skin tones. Right? Do you see how my skin tone is very different from Ryan Gosling's one in this scene, in this clip? Because in Blade Runner, they have a different color scheme, at least for this scene. Like, I remember this scene, and they had this orange vibe going for it. And when it's justified, look at this. When it's justified by the way everything is lit, like this, I'm guessing, do you see how this is not neutral? There's a slight tint, okay? Of course, we know that by now. This is orange. Like, this is what you want to achieve, and I'm going to explain to you how they got this. So, you have a tint because you realize that this is not the same white, okay? But you also have all this set design basically because it's a fucking movie. Of course, you have this, but they shot this intentionally. That's why I talk about shoot for the grade and plan for the shoot and grade for the story. Yeah, because you have this already. Like, this is doing already a favor. Like, you don't have white walls like I do behind me. So that's why the grade then works beautifully. They have these I don't know if that's set design. This might be VFX, but either way, the color is graded the VFX anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's VFX or if these were real. Anyways, you have a complementary color scheme. This is not a tint. This is manipulation. I guess it's not a tint because you can look at the shadows here and they look fairly like they don't look at all like they look here. I'm guessing there might have been a very slight cyan tint in the shadows, but it's not doing the heavy lifting as you think it would be. Okay, these already have that color. It got manipulated, um, or if it was injected, it was not with a tint on a global level. Okay, it was just that particular thing. Do you see how our brain accepts the skin tone because it's motivated by the the setting they're in? And when you get used to watching this scene, like, it kind of starts looking like normal because let's go back to the concept that I talked about before. Like, where is it? Fuck, man, I'm teaching you way too much. You gotta take notes, man. Where was it? We talked about the relative thing that your eyes adjust. You remember? Yeah, we talked about that basically. So where is it, man? I think I deleted that. Yeah, I probably deleted that. Oh, it was right here. So it's all relative. So if you look at this scene, after a while, you start to see, like, you start to say, "Oh, yeah, this is what skin tones look like." It's not like my face is what skin tones really look like. Okay, but you get adjusted to the scene, and since it's also like at first, like, it could be weird if you saw like skin tones that looked orange. Like, if I would look unhealthy if I looked like with this tone, right? But since it's motivated by the set design and everything else is of this color, your brain naturally accepts that the skin is going to be of that same color. So it would be weirder to have the skin more red, like mine, which is what it should be. It would be weird to have it like that than what it actually is. So I talk in a video, like, I have a few videos on skin tones about why they shouldn't be as these preset pirates YouTubers lead you to believe. This is one of the reasons, because we see color in a relative way. They need to be coherent with the setting they're in, basically. kind of the same thing. One of the reasons why this looks so good is because we have variation in the tonality of the skin. Like, do you see how when it gets darker, it changes in hue as well? We have a little bit of red, just a little touch. This could be done in different ways. Also, this, like, do you see how this changes? This could be different things. Could be a light coming from this. Could also be like a different color of wood. But still, you can do this in post. Totally do this in post. This is one of the things that makes this image look good. It's the fact that it's not just, if you just slap a tint, it's gonna look all the same color. But right here, you see, like, you have some variation. There's a tint, 100%. There's a tint, but you still have some variation. So it's not a overwhelming tint. That's what I want you to understand. Different color scheme. Now we have this. This is lit differently. Tint. This is a tint. He looks like this because he's lit from behind and there's nothing lighting him right here. There's haze in the air. That's why he's lifted. Like, he's dark, but he's not like crushed. Like, my microphone is literally darker than him. This is both done in grading, but you see, like, how there's still an element right here that's darker than him. That's because you might also have a mask right here, but probably because there's haze, like, you can literally see that in front of the camera. And since there's haze, like, the shadows get lifted. This is also what I call shadow compression, like lift down, shadows up. I talk about it in the honest color grading guide. Desat, desat, then a tint, like we talked about before. This is light. Could also be the grade, but this is the way it's lit, supported by the way it's graded. I'm guessing it's the way it's graded because you see this change, but could be different things actually. I'm guessing it's both. Both the way it's lit and the way it's graded. These lights, you see them turning on. These are real lights that are of this color. You see them because there's a neutral color just beside them, so you can easily tell that. You see, like, this looks more neutral. This also looks more neutral. And you have the lights right here, so it was lit that way, and then you enhance that with color grading. Same thing over here. I mean, in a scene like this, you can have literally a mask right here. Since it's shot on a tripod, you can have a mask here, a mask here, a mask here, and a mask here. If you wanna overdo it, if you really wanna go at it, you can have all these masks and have gradients. I've done it. I'll show you where I've done it. So let's get another screen grab from another scene. Let me go look for it. So you have this. Hold up. Okay. And you have this. So the top one is the graded version, and the bottom one is the Rec 709. Okay. And the director was very, very happy with how this looked. So this is one example of completely changing the way something looks because you changed literally the color palette. But I changed that because it was not shot properly. Like, it was shot this way, but they actually wanted to go for a different vibe. So you see, like, this blue didn't exist before, right? So this is literally a gradient. So that's what I'm talking about. You can have a mask here, mask here, mask here, and do your thing because that, like, this scene is shot on a tripod. This is also shot on a tripod. Like, you can have a mask here with the green. I'm guessing this is not 100% grading, but can be. He's lit. You have this blue thing right here. This is lit this way. You can also have masks for the same reason. You can have that. Okay, so this, I'm going to explain to you why this looks good. So we have well, this looks good because okay, we have both a tint and a mixture of the way it's shot and the VFX. So of course this is fake. This could be a set built, like this could literally be cardboard. I don't know how they shot it. I haven't seen like the BTS, but you have a tint because you know like the white isn't proper and the blacks aren't proper as well. Like see my microphone, see how warm this is. So you have 100% a tint going on. Um, it looks good. It still looks good even though there's like a tint, a strong tint, because you have some color separation. So it's not like just one color. You have different hues of kind of the same color, right? That's what it makes. That's what makes it look good. Like, do you see how this is red and this is orange? This is what makes it look good. That's the trick. Like, it's not just tinting the same thing. Yeah, you can get this by tinting like highlights in a way and shadows in another. And of course, this is shot in a certain way that, of course, you have like little fog, and he's lit in a certain way where he stands against the yellow background and he's red. You can get this red. I'm guessing it's applied in grading. I don't see a way to apply the red without lighting him. So I'm guessing red gets pushed in the shadows. Like, do you see as everything gets brighter, it gets yellow, and as everything gets darkened, it gets red. So red definitely tinted. I'm guessing there's also a yellow tint. Here, do you see how he's not red anymore? Like your brain, if you start to think about it, why should everything be red? We expect like a fall off, but it shouldn't be of this color. Still, it looks good because it's not like all the same color. Okay, you see this red, there's variation in the hue of what you're seeing. Basically, when you get here, the colorist just drops that because we're inside of space. It would have looked so weird if you had like weird red shadows, because this would have also been red. But when we're outside, it kind of makes sense to your brain that this could look red. It wouldn't. I'm telling you, it wouldn't, but it makes sense. See, there's no red right now. This yellow, by the way, it's I'm betting it's 50-50 with the way it's shot, of course, and the way it's graded. I'm guessing it's the way it's shot because of their skin tone. Way too much red. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just there's a lot of red in their skin, but they're actually orange. Like they're very yellow. Your brain doesn't see this because we're used, as I told you before, we're used to the yellow setting. So if I actually compare myself to this guy, do you see how my skin is way like more natural than his is? Like, do you see that? So that's why I always say like skin, like perfect skin tones, they're a YouTube myth. Don't listen to these guys. They'll just get your money. You'll learn nothing. They'll get both your time and your money from for nothing, man. Do you see like here we have tint? So you desaturate. This is obtained with a tint and desaturating everything behind it. Since you have this blue, the cyan, kind of like what I have here on the window. Since you have this, usually when you have this color scheme, you go with a more reddish skin tone, which is actually like mine. Do you see? Like this is the same guy from before, but your brain accepts that his skin looks like this because we're in a different setting. It would have been very weird if it looked like this, because naturally you think if he's lit that this way, see like this light. Okay, you guys. Okay, if he's lit this way, yeah, he's got to look that way. And when he's in another setting, like see this girl right here, like see how desaturated she is. I mean, yeah, you have some saturation. She might be really just pale. If you look at this guy, yeah, I'm guessing she's pale. Okay, that's what I'm guessing, because if you look at this guy, he's more saturated. Might just be makeup. Like they might not have cared enough to get the makeup going for this guy as well, because she's the main actress, so she needs to be pale if they want her to be pale. And but look at the difference in skin tones. I mean, you could easily fix that. Same thing here. Okay, this is all motivated. Green tint, by the way, green tint. You see that in the shadows, they are not as they're not as neutral as they could be, and you see that on his mustache and on his cornea. I don't know if that's what you call it, but whatever. On the white part of his eye, like you see that, like my hair, it's looking way more red in a sense. Like it's more natural, it's more neutral. His, of course, it's lifted. Like it's not as dark as mine because of the contrast of the scene, but it's also looking greenish. Okay, this is a tint. Same thing over here. It's a cold tint right here, very natural. But do you see, like there's not that much of it. Like I told you, you're more like a brain surgeon, man. You got to be careful about this shit. You see that? It looks so beautiful, man. You see, like when they're supposed to look natural, they ease off the tint and everything. Like they look more natural. They're still like, you see the white still isn't neutral, but still like they don't go like over, like they don't go so over with it. It's everything. So I told you, like this is both, they're manipulating the, like look at the scene, like they're manipulating the fire. They want it to stand out against the soulless backdrop, right? So what you're doing is, let's go back to it. What you're doing is you go to the what was that? The note tree, right? You desat everything, and in parallel, just like we did, you with selective saturation with your HSL, you don't desat selectively, you resaturate everything, not everything, but selectively what you want. So you resaturate the fire after you desaturate everything, like in parallel. So everything gets desaturated, but you still saturate the fire. And you see, like this is not neutral again. I can easily spot this because I'm a fucking colorist. You add a tint on top of it, which is a slight warm tint and a slight cold tint in the very shadows. That's it for you, man. All right. I hope you enjoyed this, man. What a journey. Hey, this is 90 minutes of unfiltered color grading advice. I hope you enjoyed this, bro. The paid program might already be live, by the way, by the time you're watching this video. So I suggest you go look for it. And yeah, just go look it up if you want more advice. If you want real advice, man, if you want me to go even more in depth, if you want to learn from somebody that actually does what they talk about, go to the paid program, top link in the description if it's live. If it's not live, you'll see nothing. It'll just be like one caption in the description. Just subscribe so that you can keep getting free content until you can finally get into the paid program, which is actually going to be a fucking rocket booster or something for your growth. And you're going to get practice footage, both like professionally shot on cinema cameras. I'm going to have you working on that so that you can work on shit like this, and you can see for yourself like what you can do in post and what is actually done on set, so that you understand for when you actually shoot something, oh yeah, because I remember like Giuseppe told me that I need to do this. If I want to have things look this way, I need to do this before. So you're gonna know like when to do something and when not to do something. And I'm also gonna have you work on trash footage, so cinematic, like real cinema shit, and trash footage as well, so that you know the difference. I want you trained, man. I want you like a soldier. You need to know, just like me. You can look at an image and know, oh yeah, they did it like this, and you can do it like in 5 minutes. You can be like, oh yeah, let me show it. So it's like this, bam, 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 you got it, okay? And you can actually grade your own footage to look like a fucking movie, not like shiny trash like you've been doing. So go check that out. Go check the description. Practice footage. You're gonna get brutal feedback from me. So I'm gonna actually watch what you do. I'm gonna kiss you on your forehead, take your hand, and grade with. This, I'm joking, but I'm actually gonna give you brutal feedback on your shiny trash that you're gonna grade inside the program. And you're gonna get like community. There's gonna be people like you that actually want to learn color grading, and they're actually gonna be color kings just like you, because they're actually learning from me. So they're actually gonna be like knowledge filled people. So there's going to be value exchange in that sense. Also live Q&A, you're going to be able to ask me questions. I always get asked about one-to-one question sessions. I'm actually going to start declining that, and just I'm going to invite people to join the paid program, because it's just more valuable, man. Why pay me like what, $100 an hour if you can just join the paid program, which is going to be way more affordable than that, trust me. So it's going to be packed for value, priced for value, very affordable. Don't miss it, man. Don't miss it. Go check the description. If you're from the future, it might already be live. Don't miss it. And also, man, subscribe for for more valuable content. If you like what I teach, if you like my style of teaching, man, subscribe, leave a like, so the algorithm favors real color grading advice. And yeah, stop being a preset pirate. Start being a color king. God bless you.